So we have Chains of Freedom, and this is a turn-based tactics game and is set in a fictional dystopian Eastern European state. And just quickly before we get into this one, a massive thank you to Keymailer for giving me a key to play the game. And what you do in this game is you lead your team through a bunch of different missions. And this isn't entirely turn-based, and that's something I really like. I don't mind a full-on turn-based game, but this is one of those games that's going to give you the freedom to move around, except the combat is what is turn-based. And this game has a story to it, however, it's not really a compelling story. Like the story's there, but it's not the best story you've ever seen. So I'm going to say the main one to focus on with this game is the combat, and the combat is actually pretty good. There are a load of different weapons you can get your hands on. There is crafting for ammo as well as healing items, and you've also got something in there called biocrystals. These are going to have a positive or a negative impact. So one might give you extra healing after killing an enemy, and one might say that instead of going down, you're going to just die straight away. Because in combat, if you lose all of your health, you will go down providing there are other teammates alive. And then as long as you get to the downed ally within the amount of turns you have, which is normally 3, you're going to be able to revive them. If you don't, that's when they die. And there are different difficulties in this game. You even have, like, the hardest difficulty in the game is going to give you a turn limit. So you need to be incredibly aggressive with the combat, or you're just going to be losing all of it. And I've seen a lot of complaints in reviews on Steam about the turn limit. People do not like it at all. But I never played this one on the hardest difficulty, so I can't personally comment on the turn limit. But other things you're going to get in the combat are things like focus aim. You can use more of your action points so that you can improve your chance of hitting shots. And I'm going to say focus aim is very important because there is nowhere near a guarantee that you're going to hit a shot. Cover is a big feature in the combat in this game. Your enemies take cover as well as you taking cover. And the cover works really well because if an enemy's behind cover, you're going to have a very big chance of missing your shot. If you're behind cover, the enemy's got a big chance of missing their shot. And when it comes to the enemy variety, I'm going to say there's a decent amount of it in this game. You've got humans, you've got weird creatures and stuff, and they are going to pop up, I'm going to say, with enough spacing so that the combat still feels fresh. Like, you're not always going to come across humans. Like, there's different variants of the humans as well. But then you're not always going to come across big creatures. And it's not just roam around, deal with the combat, get yourself to the end of the mission. What they've done is they've also put, locked areas, locked doors in the missions and stuff as well. So as you're progressing through the mission, you may find a key, and that's going to make you have to backtrack so that you can go to that locked area. And I mean, some people might just want to make progress straight from the start of the mission to the end, but these locked areas typically have some goodies in them. So every now and then when you're finding those keys, it might be worth backtracking. And when it comes to the inventory, I said about the biocrystals, about the crafting, I love that they have given your characters a shared inventory. This is going to work for all items. So if you pick up a med kit or a med pack with one of your characters, you're going to be able to use it with the other one. It just depends on whose quick slots you put that item into. And not only that, with the simple press of the tab key on keyboard, you are able to switch back and forth between the different characters you've got on that mission. So to answer the question, is it worth buying Chains of Freedom? I'm going to say yes. It's a decent game. It's not massively overpriced for what it is. It's £21. There's no launch discount or anything like that. And it's also a full release. It's not an early access title. But at the same time, as it being decent, it's also not groundbreaking. There's nothing in here that reinvents the wheel. There's nothing that's majorly innovative. They've just created a very solid turn-based tactics game. So yes, I believe Chains of Freedom is worth picking up, even if you do hang on a little bit and wait for a sale if you're not that desperate to play it. And that is my opinion and my thoughts on Chains of Freedom. And what we're going to do is leave that video there. Let me know your thoughts and stuff about this game in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoyed it.